Hello guys, I am Anish Sukramani aka the Wandering Coder. Our today's topic of discussion is artificial intelligence. In this video, we'll be discussing about what is artificial intelligence and its foundations. In the subsequent ones, we'll discuss about its history and applications. We'll also see what does this term agents mean in artificial intelligence and also discuss its definition, structures and types. We'll also see different types of agents and their relationship with the environment. As we know, most of the great discoveries were based upon great questions. Can machines think and behave like humans do was one of them. In order to build machines that behave like human, which we call artificial intelligence, we must first ask the question, what is AI? There are four views to define AI. First one is thinking humanly. The second one is thinking rationally. Third one being acting humanly, and the fourth one, yes, acting rationally. These viewpoints helps us to define AI more precisely, the first one of them being thinking humanly. If we are going to say that a given program thinks like a human, we must have some way of determining how humans think. We need to go inside the actual working of human minds. There are three ways to achieve this. The first one of them being self-analyzing the mind itself, that is trying to catch your own thoughts as they go and have a record of them. Second one is to observe other people in action. This can be achieved by psychological experiments. And the third one is to see the brain itself in action, which can be done by brain imaging. Based on these observations at an individual or a community level, once we have a sufficiently precise theory of the mind, it becomes possible to express the theory as a computer program. If the program's input-output behavior matches corresponding human behavior, that is evidence that the program's mechanisms could also be working in humans as well. Our next aspect, or as you can say viewpoint, is thinking rationally, which can be achieved by closely looking at the laws of thought. Aristotle was one of the first one to attempt to codify the right thinking. His syllogisms provided patterns for argument structures that always yielded correct conclusions when the given premises were correct. For example, if I say all men are mortal, therefore this also implies Socrates is also mortal. One of the most interesting aspect, or you can say the viewpoint, is acting humanly, which includes the Turing test. Alan Turing in 1950s developed computing machinery and intelligence. He developed a game that was called the imitation game. In this game, a human and a computer were asked to answer some questions, which were then checked by an invigilator who was unaware of the source of the answers. If he cannot tell whether the answers were coming from a computer or a human, the program in the computer has successfully passed the test. Moving over to our next viewpoint, which is the most important one, and that holds good in most of the cases, which is acting rationally. A system acts rationally if it does the right thing given what it knows. A rational agent is one that acts so as to achieve the best outcome, or when there is uncertainty, the best expected outcome. These viewpoints helps us to develop an artificially intelligent agent that is best suited for the job. For example, if we are developing a chatbot, acting humanly or thinking humanly are the viewpoints that we can consider. These also form the basis as to how we define AI. So yes, now return to our initial question, what is AI? And as you might expect, several definitions have come, but the most accepted ones are as follows. Artificial intelligence is the design, study, and construction of computer programs that behave intelligently. And my favorite one is AI is the enterprise of constructing a physical symbol system that can reliably pass the Turing test. And that's it guys, that's enough for this video. We'll see you in... What? You want more? Alright. Moving over to the history of AI, but before that do consider to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. In the year 1943, McCulloch and Pitts developed the first Boolean circuit model of the brain, which formed the basis of AI technology in those days. In 1950s, Turing's computing machinery and intelligence came, which we discussed previously in this video. In 1956, the term artificial intelligence came into existence. Before 1952, people thought that AI could only perform arithmetic, But the decade of 1950 revolutionized the initial perception of AI in people's minds. These included the early AI programs such as Samuel's checkers program, Newell and Simon's logic theorist, and Gelonter's geometry engine. The year of 1965 saw Robinson's complete algorithm for logical reasoning. From the year 1966 to the 1973, the field of AI discovered computational complexity and neural network research almost disappeared. The years from 1969 to 79 saw early development of knowledge-based systems. In the year 1980, that is after 3 decades of its existence, artificial intelligence finally became an industry. In the year 1986, neural networks returned to popularity in AI, and in 1987, artificial intelligence finally became a field in science. The years after 1997 saw the emergence of intelligent agents such as IBM's Deep Blue and Watson and 2002's Roomba. While someone was predicting the end of the world in 2012, Google gave us its very famous Google Now, which was followed by Amazon Echo in 2015. The field of artificial intelligence has witnessed an exponential growth in the recent years. It has captured almost every industry throughout the globe, including from the way we communicate, that is, through social media, to the way we transport, that is, automatically driving cars. I wonder what the next decade brings for us in this field of AI.